assuming they can see us.
It's been a lovely day.
If you didn't know, tax day is next week on Wednesday.
Yes, it is. Anybody else as upset as I am about tax day? With all the fraud?
Just tweeting this out real quick. Well, welcome to the show today. My name is David, and this is
Jeff.
We're going to be talking about all kinds of fun stuff today. We're going to be talking about like this thing that's going on that a lot of people are talking about. Iran, right? I think that's popular, right?
I think it's very popular. It depends on who you're talking to.
Well, there's this arch too. So that's kind of cool. It's not going to annoy anyone. And then oil.
It's going to annoy me.
Oil's happening.
Yeah.
There's stuff going on with like this coalition, like MAGA or something. Like something happened there.
I don't know.
I don't know. And Amnesty Bill.
Yeah.
And then exit taxes. Isn't that fun?
Yes, exit taxes. Doesn't that sound like a great, smart thing
That's
to do?
definitely something you would do if you're doing well. And then we'll end the day on a high note of Artemis II. So, thanks for joining today. And well, let's talk about taxes, because tax day is coming up. Because I'm a CPA. And this isn't financial advice, though, so don't take any of my advice right now, because I've taken my CPA hat off for the day.
My financial advice is spend less than you earn.
Well, that's not bad. So, you don't like income tax, right?
Oh. I dislike property tax more, but yes.
I've come to the point, though, that I think it is a good thing for us to have income tax.
I don't.
Do you know why?
Because you're brain dead? You had a stroke?
Perverse incentives, that's why.
Oh.
Sort of. Actually, good incentives. The issue with getting rid of income tax is the majority of the United States population no longer has a painful experience with the U.S. government every year.
Oh, no, I disagree. You put sales tax.
No, they won't notice. Sales tax is good, I agree, but...
And then they have a painful experience with their local government and their federal government every time they buy something.
So I wouldn't mind that too much, but that is my only hesitation. Is the thing I like about income tax is you're required to deal with the government and the pain that they cost money. They take your money every year, which is a good reminder because people can't forget that. And what they've done in Europe is they've made it so they can sneak around and increase taxes without anyone knowing through their VAT tax. And it's very bad because no one knows. Everything just goes up in price and they just blame companies. They're scalping. No, your government put a 30% tax every time a piece of good goes from that place to that place to that place to that place to that place. And now it's costs 200% more because your government. But you don't know that because it's hidden. So it is a large benefit, I think, of smacking all the U.S. citizens around and saying your government is inefficient and they take your money.
But that's not it. It's not as bad of a thing because half the people in the U.S. don't pay income tax.
I don't disagree, but they still have to file.
Yeah,
and the whole filing everyone hates filing. Even the people who get massive refunds hate filing.
I agree.
And that is a good thing to know that your government is terrible.
No. Sales tax. Get a sales tax.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying you have to admit the annual reminder that your government is ineffective and terrible at their jobs is not a bad thing for the average citizen to be reminded of.
Well, especially with all the fraud coming out, it's
correct.
So
that's my pitch for. It's probably never going away, honestly, but there are some positives in that side of things that. The politicians at least can't just be like, hey, we're doing a great job because you don't notice us. It's like, no, you suck. The government is inefficient.
And income tax, if they're going to keep it, it needs, instead of April 15th, it needs to be November 1st.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of things they could make better. But that's my 2 cents on that. We'll move on to...
less controversial subjects.
Yes. Everyone agrees. Everyone agrees about Iran. No one disagrees. The only people who are acting like they disagree are just doing it for clicks. They actually don't disagree. They just want you to watch their video and get enraged. So what do we got here? Okay. Here's Trump's statement about the peace proposal. So that is actually ongoing currently. The ceasefire peace proposal discussions is currently happening right now. If you notice in this, does it mention Lebanon in here anywhere?
No.
No,
It's
it doesn't.
the United States and Iran.
Okay, just want.
And it's a
you sure?
ceasefire.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
And
I
he
can read.
did. Other very important question. He accepted their 10 points, didn't he?
This is a ceasefire. This is not a settlement of any sort.
No, it's not. If you know how to read and you have any reading comprehension skills, you'll notice in here that he did not accept Iran's 10-point plan. He's essentially said, glad you have some things we can negotiate on.
Yeah.
That is essentially what he said, which is how ceasefires go. Is They say, we want these things, you say, we want these things. Let's not try to kill each other while we figure out who's going to get what.
And they've already violated this because the Strait of Hormuz is not open.
Did you hear their recent comment about why that is?
No.
They don't know where all the mines are that they put in the strait.
How come that doesn't surprise me?
So if I were Trump, I'd be like, so what you do, here's what you do. You should put some people on a boat and then put a net down behind it. 2 boats.
Yeah.
2 boats and a net, and then you just have them go across. And they'll find them.
It's true.
And they'll find them.
Drag them together.
Yeah, and they'll blow up, and the people on the boat might die. But, you took care of the problem. So they're currently discussing that. What do you think? Do you think they're going to get a peace deal? I think it's like 60% chance. It's pretty high, but I think it's 60%.
I think they probably got to eliminate a couple of military commanders.
See, this is what I think is going to happen, but go ahead.
It happens because you've got nobody's really in charge.
No, there's like 5 factions.
And so you have these military commanders along the Strait of Hormuz and Crag Island. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Yeah.
That are in control there, and they're continuing to fire.
Yes, they
even
are.
if the gay Colmanini or whatever he is,
the
supposed leader
is
saying don't. So you might have to take out a couple more of these.
So this is my scenario. What I think might happen with the discussions is if these people who are meeting with J.D. Vance are reasonable, and they can come to a meeting, J.D. Vance might be like, so do you know who the guys who are against you are? And then they'll point them out, and they won't be there anymore, and then peace goes forward.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't realize, there's only a certain set of people in these cultish environments, which the people running Iran who all died were in a cult, who actually believe it.
Yeah.
And the rest are there for power and money.
Yeah.
And so if you go to someone and say, don't believe any of that anymore, work with us and we'll make sure you have power and money, you can usually sway a lot of people. That way.
Well,
and if you can't sway them, then they just die somehow.
Well, that's the other part is
well, they like to live. And then you're like, you won't die. Also, money and power.
Yeah. So the important part there is you won't die.
Yes. So this is another post that Trump posted out about it. Again, nowhere in here does it say Lebanon.
Correct.
So why are we saying that? Because the Iranians came out and be like, Israel's bombing Lebanon. They better stop. We had a ceasefire agreement. And Trump's like, with you, not Lebanon.
And not with Israel.
Correct.
It's also with the U.S.
Do you know why they're mad about that? Because one of their proxies is in Lebanon. Hezbollah. But the Lebanese government actually came out and said, Iran, I think we got, you could just stay out of it, please.
Yeah, just.
So we'll see what comes out of it. There's going to be a lot of back and forth. Trump has said, they seem more agreeable. He said a lot of things like that, which you would think. Trump has been in the public eye in the capacity of running for president or something like that for 10 years. You would think people would have some idea of how he negotiates by then.
Yeah.
If you didn't know,
He starts at the extreme position.
he's all about posturing.
Yep.
He's all about helping the other side save face to make them feel good so that they want to accept a deal. So he's going to, well, there's a lot of things coming in. So if you have 5 factions fighting against each other, 2 of them are somewhat reasonable and they like you, and the other ones aren't, and you come out and say, we've got a ceasefire, all 5 of them will be like, who agreed to that?
Yeah.
So by him making these statements and saying that they're agreeable and things like that, he's causing them to have tension in between each other.
He's a good negotiator.
He is.
He really is, and evidently who he picks to negotiate are also good. So
Oh yeah, J.D. Vance is pretty good
If-
at this. Plus he has Scott Bessent, or no, who is it?
no, he sent.
I don't
can't
remember. I can look.
They sent 2 other guys with him. So anyhow, it's one of those things that hopefully, unless you have TDS real bad, you can realize that negotiation is its own art, and
It is an art.
he's at the top of the game, I think.
Oh, Jerry Kushner. That's who I was thinking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, he's the one who did the
Abraham Accords.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So it should be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
I think I think you're going to be surprised. Okay. If you haven't been paying attention to how Trump negotiates for the last 10 years, then you will be surprised. If you have been paying attention to how Trump negotiates for the last 10 years, it's going to go reasonably well. I mean, like Venezuela, they're working with us now. They're like fully on board.
Well, because we'll sneak in the middle of the night and take you out of your bed and put
Well,
you in
we
prison.
said we won't kill you. We'll make you rich and you'll have power.
Right.
But you have to be nice to
You have
us.
to play nice. Not just to us. Play nice with the neighbors.
Oh yeah, the people and everything.
Yeah, play nice.
Yeah. Well, and that's what people don't seem to understand about why Trump likes Lindsey Graham. I don't think he's personally a great person. He's not very much of a good Republican. Do you know why Trump likes Lindsey Graham?
Because he can manipulate him?
Because he votes for the things Trump wants him to every single time.
Yeah.
He might
He's
say
not
some
gonna-
insane, asinine things, and he might seem to stand for some sane, asinine things. But guess what? When Trump calls him up and says, I need you to vote on this, what happens?
Yeah. Well, he may not win his Senate seat. It looks
We'll
like he's not
we'll
going
see.
to, which is good.
We'll see.
I think so.
But I think it's
Horrible
a
senator.
fair point that
Yeah.
if the president is in office and he's trying to get things done,
Right.
you should like work with him.
And unlike Thune or
Thomas Massey.
Rand Paul or
It's like while we have power as Republicans, we should do things to help the country.
Yeah.
Like pass the SAVE Act.
Yep.
So here's a video that you wanted the people to see. It's 3 minutes long. Do you want to play it for them, or do you
No.
want no?
they can watch it if they
Yeah.
want to. It's an interesting take. I put it up because I'd never heard anybody articulate this part of what it is. He's trying. The guy's saying basically, Trump's actual plan is to destroy the global
Global order.
order
Yeah.
and destroy it.
Oh, he's definitely
and
doing that.
keep America as the reserve currency.
Oh yeah.
Those are the 2 things he's trying to do: destroy
Yeah,
the
I
global order and keep the.
The thing I completely disagree with is his premise. Trump doesn't want to lose this war. He's
Right.
already won. Like
He's already-
the Iranians have nothing.
Well, like I said, it was an interesting. Ignore
But I agree
the
with-
minutia of the points he makes in individual places because some of them don't make sense. But his overall point is, I think, valid. So watch it. It's interesting. That's all it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting because that is part of what's happening here is, and we got another story about it. When is it coming up? Well, we'll get to it. But this has brought people back to working with the U.S. government and on the U.S. dollar, which is a
Right.
huge thing for our economy.
It's killed BRICS.
Yes, has effectively.
And
So this is
if you
my
don't know
new.
what BRICS is, go look it up.
Here's my new. I actually don't mind this at all. Why? Because it's going to be built for the 250th birthday of the United States. So we do need to celebrate that we've been around this long. But here's Trump's new arch. Isn't it beautiful?
We need to celebrate, but I don't.
It says one nation under God. I appreciate that.
I do. I
Do
do.
What is the Trumpial?
Yes, Trumpial arch. That's anyhow.
It's 100% a troll, the name of it.
Yes.
But it will look nice. There's a ton of things that he's doing for the 250th
Right.
anniversary. And I am so happy he's the president for the 250th
Oh, yeah.
versus the last guy. It should be quite fun.
They just opened up the lottery to go see the fireworks over in Nebraska.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think
Can't think of it
tonight.
either. Is it Nebraska? It is.
No,
Nebraska.
it's not. It's Dakotas. It's
Yeah,
in
South Dakota.
South Dakota. Yeah.
Wow, South
Gosh,
Dakota.
we're kind of slow tonight.
Faces on mountain. There,
Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore. There you
There
go.
we go. Exactly.
We're so quick.
Aren't we though? So anyhow,
Here's some more
the lottery.
renderings of
If you
this
want to go, the
wonderful-
lottery's open.
wonderful
to go
arch
see
here.
it. I'd love to go see it.
It's a great
but-
little arch here. Here's the. It's the
Oh,
best
I know where
arch.
that's going to be then.
It's the best arch
Ah,
ever created. It's going to be.
It's
the
going to
most
be
beautiful
awesome.
Arch,
Yeah.
beautiful arch there ever was.
I think Arlington Cemetery is right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just right on this. Yeah.
And immediately, a district court judge ruled that it cannot be built.
Of course. Of course. Oh, look at the picture beneath it.
Oh yeah, someone did an artist rendering with
But there's no third statue in the middle.
yeah. This is AI.
Yeah.
AI slop. I hate
Yep.
it so much. AI slop. But that's a beautiful arch.
The
It's
beautiful
also a bit of a
ballrooms, back on track.
troll. It is.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think that judge would be able to stop it for much. I'm surprised a judge hasn't said you cannot have a ceasefire with Iran yet.
Yeah, I'm shocked too.
U.S. district judge rules ceasefire invalid. Continue bombing.
Yeah, exactly. Because Trump came out.
Just because. Yeah, did you watch that? That was the most insane thing that happened. Before the ceasefire was announced, everyone was like, Trump is a war criminal. He's committing war crimes. He's going to destroy a whole nation. And then the immediate reaction after was,
Trump's a world criminal. Oh, no.
no. He chickened out. Trump's a chicken. He's a chicken.
Taco.
Trump's a chicken. He chickened out. Trump always chickens out. It's like, do you want him to bomb Iran?
Continually? Right.
You,
Yeah, just.
I'm so confused. Oh, wait. You have no rational thought in your brain. Trump says yes, you say no. That's all it is.
That's all that matters.
It's completely insane.
Yep.
So, oil.
Oil.
If you didn't know, we are becoming an even more of an exporter of oil. Why is this a good thing? Tell us, why is this a good thing?
Well, we make money when we sell oil.
Yes.
That's right there.
Yes.
And so that drives the price overseas down.
Yeah, but it also
And-
gives massive amounts of funds into the U.S.
Correct.
economy,
And pulls all that funds sort of into the U.S.
which is a massive thing.
Yep.
The other thing I would see in the future Trump might do if oil prices don't come down a touch is go to the oil companies and be like, we're the major exporter of oil. Charge everyone else a little bit more and charge us less.
Yeah. There's negotiations and everything. Trump's proved that
Because
with
I
all
would
the
be
tariffs.
like, say oil, I think it dropped down to like $90 a barrel.
It
Say
was
Trump
below
wants
90.
Wants
Yeah.
it like 70-ish. He'd be like, why don't you sell it to us for 70? Sell it to everyone else for 100.
Yeah.
Because we control the oil prices.
Yeah. So, yeah, oil's dropped. Because as soon as the ceasefire was announced, oil
Oh, yeah.
dropped.
But this is awesome news for us. Is we do have massive oil reserves in the U.S. and we should make lots of money on it.
And we have massive oil reserves in the U.S., Venezuela.
Exactly, and soon to be Cuba.
Yes.
Oh, we forgot to grab that story. Should we do that story next?
Cuba?
Cuba? No, not
Nah.
that story. The other. Hold on. I gotta find. IRGC.
Oh, that one.
I missed an A.
Yeah, you did. You didn't spell it. It just put Irish.
So, funny thing, the Irish Army is called the IRGC.
Well, it's kind of not funny because of what they're doing with it or trying to do with it.
No.
But
Irish protest, maybe? Here we go. This is it?
it's part of it. Yeah, sure. Because those are pictures.
So currently
In Ireland.
in Ireland, there's a massive protest because the government there has been insane. They are shipping in thousands and thousands. So the population of Ireland, let me pull that up real quick. That'll be relevant. You talk while I do that.
Yeah, population of Ireland's not very big. And they've been bringing in tens of thousands of military-aged men and just letting them come in, just like England and the UK has.
So the Republic of Ireland has 5.3 million people,
Yeah.
which is
And if you include
population of Salt Lake City.
well, not just Salt Lake, you need to do
No, just Salt Lake City.
the surrounding areas.
We're only at 200,000 there? I thought it was
Yeah,
bigger.
no. Well, if you do Metro, just do Metro.
New York City.
New York City's like 9 million or something, I think.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, 8.4.
So half the population of New York City is
Ireland.
all of Ireland.
Yeah.
All of Ireland.
And so they've gone insane green, the government has. They've raised taxes on the farmers. They've made it so they can't have the land handed down to the sons and the daughters to farm or dairy or anything like that. They've raised taxes on cows. They've raised taxes on all this stuff. They just cranked up the price of fuel. And
Well, they added a, 60% tax on fuel or something like that?
yeah, it was just crazy. And then because they don't want them to do it. And so the Irish people have fed up.
Yep.
And they've taken their tractors, they've taken their rigs, they've taken their cars, they've taken everything they own, and they go park it on the roads and just bring it to a standstill.
Yep.
And the Irish government called out the military on them.
Mm-hmm.
And that made it worse. Everybody. There wasn't a lot of people. There was, but there wasn't like everybody on their side. As soon as the government called out the military, pretty much everybody's on their side now. Yeah. So I did see one post that said something like, "Why aren't we shipping arms to them right now? To the Irish people?"
I asked you, do they have oil?
Yeah, they do.
Sounds like some freedom needs to come to the Irish.
It does. So hopefully this will end peacefully.
Hopefully it does. But I'd also like the heads to
roll on the heads of snakes.
Sometimes guillotines almost feel like it would be nice to have them come back. If not, public floggings or,
I'd take banishment.
Banishment, yeah, but,
You could never, ever set foot in the country again.
Yeah.
I'd take it
just
to the leaders.
send them to Australia.
Exactly. They've taken them before. Send them to Australia. I work with a couple of Australians and I've teased them about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's going
Watch
on.
Ireland.
Yeah. Our next story of the day, I think I'll put this here and this here. So Trump made this post. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Some of these talking heads that we've had around seem like they got into some really wacky weed or something, and it's made them go around the bend. I mean, just absolutely just gone off the rockers. It's just weird.
So my theory is they're complete and utter narcissists, and they were restrained by the media corporations they worked for, and so they seemed somewhat rational there because they weren't allowed to do whatever they wanted. And now that they are completely unleashed or unsupervised, I guess you could say, They are going wherever they feel like to go. And they're not, because they have no moral compass. That seems to be true. They just run after whatever I feel like gets them attention. So they're a bit of an attention horse.
Well, what's interesting is he mentions Marjorie Trader Brown instead of Green.
Yes.
And Nick Shirley just did an expose on her, and evidently found, and he's turned it over to the DOJ. He found that, according to him, she flat out took bribes.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
And
again, we go back to why U.S. House members and senators should be paid more.
no,
They're harder to bribe.
no, I disagree.
They're
We've
harder
already
to
been
bribe.
down that road.
If you're having a hard time living there, it's easier to be like, I'll take some money. If you're making it easy, then you're like, I don't need some extra money.
Nah.
I mean, they'd still do insider trading, but they wouldn't be able to be bribed as easily.
They would.
Don't understand incentives. You have to.
Oh, I do
incentive.
understand incentives.
You have to.
So if they take a
incentivize
bribe, they ought to go to prison. And this is what I'm saying about anybody who does fraud. Every $1 million you steal, you spend 10 years in jail.
No.
Yes.
Public flogging.
No.
Public
you spend
flogging,
10 years in jail.
And then you have to be in the stocks in the yard for 10 days per million.
And then you go to jail for 10 years.
No, you can't have them. We don't want to spend jail money on them.
Okay, then we send them to Australia for 10 years.
Well, that works. I'm
Okay.
good with that. Just send them
All
to
right.
Australia. So he put out this post. You should read it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. But yeah, these people have been literally insane. They've been calling for him to have the 25th Amendment. It's just, what is wrong with you? You're just.
Well, I'm sorry.
Shit crazy.
No one who didn't complain about Biden has the right to speak about Trump in any mental capacity.
Correct.
No one. If you didn't talk about Biden, I don't care to hear you.
Yeah. And then there's this. Alex Jones is insane. He's like, Trump didn't change. Well, here's some videos from
Trump
before
did
he was
change.
elected about Iran.
Yes, and 87 is one of them. And he says the same thing he's saying today.
Correct.
Literally
He's
the same
literally
thing.
not changed on Iran.
Yeah.
People are like, he promised new wars. Can I explain something for you? There's plans. And what does God say about man's plans?
They're man's plans.
Well, he
And they're
said
not
he
gonna
looks
work.
at them and doesn't he laugh or something like that?
And yeah.
Man plans and God laughs. You have plans, and then you see what reality is, and only an idiot, only a complete and utter moron says, just because reality changed doesn't mean I'm changing my plans.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I fully, completely I sympathize with Trump, because I try to put myself in his shoes. You ran a campaign. You had these people who are supporting you, trying to do the best you can for them, and you have all this information that you cannot share. And all they do, instead of putting any trust in you at all, they try to get you thrown out of the government.
Yeah.
It's just, I'd be pretty mad with them. Yeah.
Alex Jones is one of the ones
He's insane.
in his post. He talked about the one post you just.
Yes. Yes, he does. He calls it
I
out
don't,
specifically.
like I said, I'm not sure. I don't know any of them. But man, it seems like they got into some bad stuff.
Yeah, it does. They've gone crazy. And then this post I appreciate from Will Chamberlain. This is Tucker Carlson. He went crazy too. Trump gets his adversaries to call themselves retards. No one better at this game. I agree.
It's amazing, but he does.
So good at it.
I don't know.
They have such bad TDS that they're gonna call themselves morons and idiots.
Yeah. You just don't. Yeah.
Oh, this one you'll find fun. So we're moving on to AI again, because this is a fun story for me, because I appreciate seeing the bubble that's been created slowly look like it's going to pop. It makes me happy, because reality matters, and we need to get back to it. Does AI have some good solutions and tools? Yes. Does it currently exist in any sustainable manner? No. So, There is currently a class action lawsuit against Light LLM and Delve. We talked about Delve last time.
A couple of times ago.
Yeah. This lady kind of breaks it down. Delve was faking SOC2 compliance.
Yes, that's what we talked about.
And Light LLM used them, and they were penetrated and had malicious code added to the software updates. So when you downloaded a software update,
Everybody got
malicious code.
Yep.
Yeah, and it stole all your information. So there's a class action lawsuit here for that. So you should go read through this. It's fun. More of this is going to happen for even more companies. And then there's this other one. There's some more lawsuits happening as well. It's just
more yeah, because of data breaches and all sorts. Because it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What happens when you still? Because a lot of them stole a bunch of data and put it in a database. What does that become? It's like a dragon horde for hackers. Oh, you collected all the data and put it in one place for us?
Well, then you copied it to so and 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 so. And so if those guys really don't have good
security,
hey,
especially if you're faking it.
Yeah, if you're faking it,
great free certs for $300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
All right. Who wants some amnesty?
Not me.
Well, before we go to that, we'll go here first. This lady is insane.
She is one of the ones that put this bill forward.
All right. So this is a Democratic.
No, she's Republican.
She's a Republican?
Florida. She's a Republican from Florida.
She's just as dumb
as a Democrat, but she is a Republican from Florida. And she's
a moron.
The main sponsor and wrote this bill. And it is definitely...
So amnesty. She's like, because the congressman said this is mass amnesty. She's like, read the bill before you open your mouth. Well,
and then she got community noted.
It's amnesty. Kill the bill and be deeply skeptical of any Republican who supports it. Correct. Yeah. And yes, you got community amnesty because it is amnesty.
Yes, it is.
Every single one of these Republicans should be primaried.
Yep, there's 30 of them.
And someone put up a list.
Yeah, they're up there. Especially her. She needs to be
out immediately. Just resign.
Yeah,
just resign. Just make it easy for us. Resign.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Just leave voluntarily. That's one of the things Trump does well. Is he gives people he allows them to gracefully leave, even though they're idiots.
And he doesn't really badmouth them when they do. If they leave, he actually says
when he
nice
asks
things.
them to, he does.
Yeah. If they leave, they it's actually he's nice to them.
What did he say about Pam Bondi? Where is his post about Pam Bondi?
He said she's been good. She's been a good friend. Blah, blah, blah.
He fired her. And so the thing people don't realize, the only people who actually get fired who are in high executive leadership positions are people who are like committing crimes. Real bad crimes. Even if committing smaller crimes, a lot of times you go to them and be like, here's a letter of resignation. Please sign that.
Yeah.
If you don't, it's going to get nasty. And most of the time, they just sign it, and you're like, good. And then they walk out the door. I'm not that upset with Bondi. I know a lot of people are. She has a great win rate at the Supreme Court and other courts. So she did a pretty good job.
For what she tackled, she did.
Now, is Harmeet Dillon maybe better? I think, yeah.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. I don't think Harmeet is the one we need.
I don't think she is the one we need, but she does.
She is doing some good stuff.
Very good
Absolutely. Work. She is doing some great stuff. But we definitely need somebody, especially the stuff that came out this week about January 6th and a bunch of other things came out from the FBI and people are fed up. I'm fed up. Until people start going to prison for these things.
Yeah, but you have to remember.
You could say what you want.
At that level, it takes a year plus to collect the information to get
And
it
you
in
can't do it in
indictment.
D.C.
And you can't do it. Correct. You can't do it in DC.
Right, because they'll just dismiss
So you
it.
have to you have to take the time to collect the information, the evidence, get the paperwork together, and then court shop, which is the dumbest thing that exists, that shouldn't exist. Find a court that you think will actually convict. Figure out a way to get the indictment at that court, and then it becomes a whole thing.
Yep.
So this is not a short process. None of this is.
No, but it's been a year. You could get some of the lower ones who weren't that difficult.
Because what I would be doing is I'd just be going to them and be like, here's what we got on you. You can resign now or go to prison for the rest of your life.
No,
And at least you can get them out of government that way.
I agree.
Send them to Australia.
There we go. Banish
Actually,
it.
you know what we should do?
Send them to the backside of the moon.
Well, we should make a moon base, and then that becomes the criminal colony.
Oh.
Just send them all to the moon. What's this one? Oh, gosh. Just.
This is crazy.
This is not constitutionally illegal, by the way.
No.
At least 10 states, including Washington, are now exploring or have already passed an exit or wealth tax. What is that? If millionaires leave your state, they want to tax your money as you're on your way out.
Yep.
Not constitutional. And these people should know that. The people that have the most money and the most wherewithal to do a lawsuit are the ones you're going after.
Yeah.
So you're going to get your law invalidated. This is what I don't understand. And I think Sweden is was considered the socialist utopia for a while. It's not so much anymore. It's actually gotten better. But if people didn't realize, they tax the bottom 20% of income pretty heavily, which is actually how you do it if you want to provide a lot of services.
Right.
Because low-income people can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And it also motivates people to make more money. So if you were to tax the bottom $20,000 of income at 50%, and then everything above that at like 10, that motivates you to want to make more than $20,000.
Because you can't keep any of it basically until you make more.
Correct. So it motivates people to want to move up. And right now we have the opposite. We have a problem where at a certain point you're like, I don't know if I want to make more money. I mean, I deal with that all the time. People are like, I have this massive amount of money coming in. How do I not pay taxes on it? And if it was a lower tax rate, they'd just be
Yep, they're crazy.
They are insane.
The Dems are crazy.
This will get overturned at some point. It'll take a little while. Do you have anything else you want to talk about? Any other topics?
Yes, Artemis.
Well, before that, let's talk about Easter. Last year we had our podcast on Good Friday. This year we didn't.
We
But
didn't.
I just wanted to point out that I was quite happy with our government officials on Easter. Trump
I
had
was
a
too.
message and said Christ is king, essentially, and God. It's wonderful. We had Pete Hegseth. We had Marco Rubio. We had
The White House.
We had the head of agriculture. I can't remember her. Susan. No, it's not Susan. I don't remember her name.
Anyhow, we had a bunch of them
It's
come
just-
out.
It's nice
it was
for
very nice.
people to post biblically accurate things.
Yep.
At the government level.
Yeah.
As a Christian, I appreciate it. As an actual Christian.
Yes.
Mormons aren't Christian.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, last story of the day. Good story of the day. Artemis II. They made it back safe.
They did.
No one died. It's very
That's
good. Very good.
very nice and very awesome.
Should go watch the video.
It's nothing like using 80-year-old technology to go to the moon. And that's basically what they did.
Ish. They had to
They had better
build
computers.
They had to build a bunch of stuff from zero. And people are like, where did all the technology go? Well, when you build a rocket that tall, you have to have a manufacturing facility. And when you end a program, do you just leave those manufacturing facilities up and set
Nope.
and ready? No, you don't. You reuse the space for something else.
And that's
So the data still exists somewhere, I'm sure. There's probably file folders and boxes full of stuff somewhere in some building. But how many administrations have there been? There's been quite a few changes. So,
Excuse me.
Boxes get moved and put places, and people forget things exist. So it's there somewhere.
It is, but it was such the juxtaposition to see Elon's stuff going up and back and up and back, catching the big tall thing that's way taller than that, the rocket that went up on, and all this stuff. And then you see literally it looks like it was done in the 1960s, including the video. Some of the video, I was like, what, do we use a camera from the 60s as well?
They should have called up, but Elon, can we get some of those cameras?
Yeah, I was just like, you're kidding me.
Yeah.
It was just, but
The
I'm
government-
glad they're back. I'm glad they made it safe.
So
They got some awesome pictures.
this is the big question. Will this stop people from believing we didn't go to the moon?
No.
Why not?
Facts don't matter to true believers. And I've already seen it where people have said, no, we didn't go to the moon because see how the Earth looks? I'm like, okay,
Now, enjoy some pictures of the moon's butt.
there you go.
Yeah. It's the backside
One of the
moon.
funniest memes I saw on this was somebody had taken the Far Side characters.
Yeah.
And they said, here's a picture of the far side of the moon. Characters that, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, the cool thing is, if you didn't realize, we never see the back of the moon from Earth
Correct.
because the moon does rotate, but it rotates at the same speed as it
Goes around the Earth.
revolves around the Earth.
Yep.
And so it's
Heavily
always
locked.
showing the same side to us. So we don't ever get to see the backside. In addition, people are like wondering why didn't they go to the moon when the moon was in front of the sun so they could get better pictures of it? Well, it's because they wanted shadows so that they could see the surface of the moon better.
Craterage.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
And they actually got some decent shots.
they did. They did. The one picture, I have to go find. I'll send it to you later. But there's an Instagram video. The first picture they showed of the Earth.
Oh,
And people are comparing it to the Apollo picture and everything, and people are like, "Why is the Apollo picture so much better?" The one that Apollo took was in sunlight. The one that we took was at night, and so the exposure was turned up a lot.
exposure.
That's why it was a little bit weird. And then the comments, of course, on that picture were like, "Where are the satellites? You know how big those satellites are? They're like tiny, tiny, tiny specks of dust on that picture.
You know how big the Earth is?
Oh, it's
and how
massive.
big the moon is?
Massive.
It's, yeah, it's big.
But yeah, the moon's butt.
There we go.
Yeah, we got to see it. Well, that's all the stories we have for today. Unless you have anything else you want to say.
Thanks, guys, for listening.
If you didn't already, like the video, subscribe. If you don't subscribe, I don't know what's going to happen, but something bad will happen to you. Also, if you have any friends,
It's like a chain
tell
letter.
them to subscribe. Send it to them. If you have any enemies, definitely send it to them. And if you see some stranger on the street, stop them and be like, you should watch this.
And if you have any friends that are flat earthers, send it to them.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.